So I just want to invite you to close your eyes for a moment and really tune into the thing in your life that represents this is not where I want to be and I don't like it here. I very much want something different and I don't know how to get there. And there are so many things I see as problems that I don't have solutions to, questions I don't have answers to, things I don't know how to do. And when I focus on those things, I feel like it's kind of hopeless, or I start predicting it's going to take a long time, or I start feeling upset about disconnections with other people as I'm moving through this, or whatever, whatever, whatever. Watch the movies for a moment of how you're currently holding it and feeling it. Breathe into how you feel it. Throughout our tapping, please breathe consciously between words spoken. And now just take a moment to visualize how you'd like it to be. Imagine right now, without knowing how the hell you're going to get there or how long it's going to take, or without any but they would have to change their mind and they won't, or anything that's about things you can't control, and just go to visualizing it's okay now. It's resolved. It's done. And because we can't necessarily control the actual what the manifestation looks like, give more energy right now to how will it feel when it's settled? How will I feel about the situation when I think about it, or when I'm in the place or with the person or in the whatever? How do I feel with this, with the resolution? Just take in and breathe in that, it feels better in the place that you want to be, easier, more harmonious, more settled. Okay, let's go. Open your eyes, and we start the setup on the side of the pinky under the bottom line. We're actually on the side of the hand under the pinky. I need to get language down for that one. I always stumble a little. Okay. This is the karate chop point and where we do this setup. So even though this situation feels bad now, and it's not to my liking, I accept it as it is. I accept myself as I am in it. And just right now, I love myself. Even though this area of my life does not feel settled and is not where I want it to be, I still accept myself. And I love myself. Even though this thing in my life is not at all how I want it to be, and it currently feels bad, I completely accept myself. I deeply love myself. Okay, let's go to the crown. I'm very familiar with this not liking the status quo. Inner eyebrow. And right now, for the purposes of clearing it or shifting it, I give myself full permission to drop in with what I don't like. Outer eye. Now you're going to have to fill in some of your own words here. So I especially don't like that it feels what to me? Complicated, heavy, confusing. Under the eye. I especially don't like that it affects this particular relationship in this particular way. So say your actual things. Under the nose. There are particular ways this thing makes me feel bad about myself right now. Chin point. There are particular ways I judge myself in this situation. And I think I should be managing it better than I am. Under the clavicle. There are ways this current way I'm holding the situation disconnect me from source, from my spirituality, from trusting life. Side of the ribs. So this is the so-called bra strap point where you go from the bottom of the armpit, a hand's width, and you're tapping then on the side of the ribs. I don't like it when I hate something in my life or feel this bad about it. I don't want to not trust life. I don't want to handle things badly. And I don't want to judge myself anymore for what I'm moving through and how I'm doing. So now we go to the crown and we start the positives or the reaching for better feeling thoughts that are empowering, supportive, kind, truer. So we start general. I can already locate the part of me that thinks it's going to be okay. Breathe when you're not talking. Breathe consciously, feel it. Inner eyebrow. I can find the part of me that trusts when I ask the universe a question, it sends answers every time. Side of the eye. I can feel that part of the discord is that I'm trying to control things that aren't mine to control. I'd love to quit that. Under the eye, inner or upper cheekbone. Right now, I release what I can't control. And I let the greater intelligence and profound love force of the universe hold it with and for me. Under the nose. Right now, I remember that I never have to force solutions. I never have to make happen what I can't make happen. Chin point. Right now, I remember that urgency is not my friend, and it's a liar, an exaggerator. And I've never been at my best when I wrongly believe all hell is breaking loose, or I'm not going to be okay, or someone else isn't okay, and it's somehow my job to fix that. Under the clavicle round. Right now, I release all other beings concerned to their lives, their journeys, their emotions, their thoughts and beliefs. Side of the ribs. Right now, I remember that I can release their journeys because their journeys are just as valid as mine. They are just as guided as I am. They're doing fine. It's not mine to control when they get what they get. I don't know better than they do or than life does. Back to the crown. Right now, I'm starting to tune into the idea all is well. It's already okay. We're fine here. I'm fine here. Inner eyebrow. Right now, I remember and hugely value evolution, the powerful healing mechanisms in my body and psyche. Side of the eye. Everybody else has those too. I'm not the one who activates their healing. Under the eye. I love it when I remember that my job is keeping myself aligned, grounded, calm, trusting life, trusting my guidance system. Under the nose. I'd like to remember more often to look away from the troubling situation. Chin point. There are moments to be with it consciously, with tapping, inquiry, wise conversations with friends who don't support me to feel like a victim. And there are times to look away. I've done enough. There's nothing to do now. Under the clavicle. I'd like to remember more often that it's my job to make myself feel good. I'd like to take that job more seriously. I'd like to have more fun with that job. Side of the ribs. Right now, I remember that if I can't feel good, I can usually feel better. Brown. Right now, I remember that it really is given when I ask. That everything I ever put out to the universe is responded. It's always lining up the right solutions, answers, helpers, allies. And sometimes I'm the one who has to get away. I'm sorry, scrap that. I'm the one who's in the way of those solutions coming in. I block the inspiration with fear, worry, anxiety, viewing it as a problem. And right now, I commit to interrupting that more quickly, more often, and more effectively by truly calming myself and shifting my focus and focusing on and moving toward what I want. And first of all, just how I want to feel. Now, please drop your hands and close your eyes. And I like to cup one hand inside the other. Just sit with the reverberations and sit with the breath and sit with how you feel. Let the messages that did you good sort of soak in. You don't have to think them. Breathe. Notice how you feel now versus how you felt before. And if some question came up, some resistance, some statement we tapped that felt like too much of a reach or like something was off about it for you, make note of that. And that could guide you to your next piece of soothing work and clarifying work and self-supporting work. So when you're ready, please open your eyes.